Anyone wanting a review on a
crap Chinese car?
The classic MG Roadsters.
Sadly, this whole thing is no more.
They're scary.
Ultimately, if you're a millennial type, there's a good chance that MG means nothing to you.
The MG ZS here is the latest small step in a very slow burning and, to be fair, quite uneventful comeback.
This is cheap, and it's cheap because MG is a budget brand these days.
It does feel cheap though, and it smells cheap too. It has less a new car smell and more a freshly melted plastic bag smell.
Clearly, that's terrible.
And all the plastic feels like hollow, and you can sort of manipulate it in ways that you probably shouldn't be able to.
That's terrible.
It's all just very basic.
The two petrol engines,
It lets you choose what sort of character you want your MG to have, at least. Either slow and throaty sounding or just slow. It's just that it feels a bit under-engineered in a few very important ways. It's not like the ZS's
Bolts fall out.
but when it's in gear, there's about 3 inches of travel left and right.
That's terrible.
And the engine, well, this 1.5 one at least, just feels ancient, just feels completely overwhelmed by the weight of this car. There's no reach adjustment for the wheel. Now, quite a few small cars do that, but for me, it's just such a simple thing to engineer into a car. Just wish they'd thrown a bit more money into finishing it off a little bit better.
it's stuff like that that unravels the ZS, the flimsy cabin and the lack of equipment in the base model and the weird driving quirks. Oh yeah, and the alarmingly average safety rating.
The front protection on this thing, they're scary.
They take it from being a lovable budget car in the same way that a Dacia is to many, but not me, into being just basically a crap Chinese car.
This has got the front bar off, but yeah, I'll give you a look. So that's your front intrusion bar. This would normally come around to here. So this is the headlight to the guard, and there's literally nothing there. Now, from a design point of view,
I still don't really see one good reason why you'd buy this ahead of one of the many other options that you have in this segment.
Car is less than a year old. Second one of these I've seen. The exhaust is already got surface corrosion.
it's terrible.
Nothing has been properly undersealed. Look at this surface corrosion. This car is less than a year old. Just look at the state of the front subframe already. This car is less than 1 year old.
Clearly,
It looks like it's been parked in a river. Look at it. That, for a less than year old car, it's disgusting.
There's no good reason for this to even exist, which is probably taking it a bit too far and is probably upsetting for some people, but
clearly, that's terrible.